Most gardeners don't have a fertilizer problem. Honestly, they have a timing problem. They dump nutrients into the soil, plants barely respond, and then they assume they need more. That's how you end up with fast leaf growth, weak roots, poor fruit set, and beds that burn out halfway through the season. The biggest mistake I see is gardeners feeding plants when the soil can't even deliver what's already there. And, one scoop of the right material fixes that faster than most bottled fertilizers ever will. Before I feed anything, I check the root zone. Not the top inch, the actual root zone. I use a Yamron 4-in-1 soil moisture meter for that, because it catches the mistake that wastes more fertilizer than anything else. Feeding dry roots, waterlogged roots, or soil with the wrong pH. That's how people create fake deficiencies and then, overcorrect. I'll leave the exact one I use in the description if you want to check it out. It's honestly one of those tools that saves more money than it costs because it tells you whether your plants actually need nutrients or just better root conditions. The scoop I'm talking about is worm castings, not compost, not manure, not generic organic matter, worm castings. One scoop in the right place does more for plant growth than most gardeners expect because it solves the real bottleneck, and that bottleneck is usually root function, microbial activity, and nutrient availability, not raw fertilizer volume. This is where a lot of gardening advice really goes sideways. Folks often treat fertility like it's just a feeding schedule. Add nitrogen, add phosphorus, add bloom booster. But honestly, that's not how productive soil actually works. The thing is, plants do not just absorb whatever you dump into a bed. Nutrients need to be in the right form, in the right moisture range, with the right microbial support. And, they have to be available right at the root surface. Worm castings help with all of that at once, and that's exactly why they outperform stronger fertilizers in real gardens. What makes worm castings different is not just the nutrient content. On paper, castings don't even look impressive. The NPK is mild. That's why beginners underestimate them. But NPK alone is a terrible way to judge what a soil amendment actually does. Worm castings are not powerful because they dump nutrients fast. They're powerful because they make nutrients usable. That's the difference. A good scoop of worm castings improves microbial density, buffers moisture swings, adds stable organic matter, and helps unlock nutrients already sitting in the soil. That's why, plants often green up after castings even when you didn't add much measurable fertilizer. You didn't force feed the plant. Instead, you improved the system that actually feeds the plant. And this is exactly why the response looks so dramatic. In raised beds, I've seen tomatoes stall for like 2 weeks, then suddenly push new growth hard within just days after castings were added around the drip line. Same soil, same water, same weather. The only thing that changed was root access and microbial activity. In containers, peppers that were sitting pale and slow started darkening up within a week. In hydro, even where castings are used differently, the biology behind them still matters. I'll get to that in a minute because hydro growers usually make this far more complicated than it needs to be. Here's how I actually use them because this is where results are won or lost. For transplants, I add 1 generous scoop, roughly 1/4 to 1/2 cup, directly into the planting hole and mix it lightly with the surrounding soil, not packed under the roots, mixed into the root zone. That matters. If you bury a concentrated layer too deep, roots don't expand into the surrounding soil the way they should. For established plants in raised beds, I side dress with about half a cup for smaller crops like peppers, lettuce, or bush beans, and a full cup for tomatoes, squash, cucumbers, and anything pulling hard during fruit set. I apply it around the drip line, not against the stem, then water it in. That placement matters because feeder roots are not sitting right at the stem base. They're out where the plant is actually searching for moisture and nutrients. Subscribe to Farm Logic for practical growing methods that actually improve yields, and share this with a gardener still throwing fertilizer at a root problem.